You will come through doorways that you didn't even know were there. See something unbelievable. But you have to believe it because it's right there in front of your eyes.
Which one I want to give her something bigger than you?
This isn't the first time VHS has experimented with point-of-view cinema, but it is notable for being the last. Adam Wingard directs and stars as Herman Middleton, a wealthy bachelor living the LA life until a car accident claims his eyesight. But being the wealthy man-child we all want to be, he manages to snag a place as a guinea pig for an experimental ocular implant to restore his lost eyesight. The movie plays out from the perspective of his robotic eye, and if you think I take issue with that, you betcha! As for how it all goes wrong, well... You know a spirit box? It's that, but dumber. Let there be light, said the doctor, and there was Vaseline on the lens. How and why are exposited quickly, as Dr. Fleischer tests, calibrates, and optimizes the bionic eye, and the two carry a conversation about the important aspects of the device.
So, if I want private time, what do I do? How do I turn this off?
Well, you can't.
Establishing quickly this character is dumb. I mean, it's not hard to figure out. What you do is you go to bed, close your eyes, pretend to sleep, and you think of Marlo. Whether the footage is recorded within the eye or transmitted somewhere else isn't entirely clear, but I guess it's recorded because otherwise the movie falls apart. Mind you, it kind of does that anyway when you remember it's supposed to be VHS. But that's not the part of the setup that bothers me.
I mean, you can't expect the KPG Corporation to just give you this implant and not expect to test its data.
When you remember we're supposed to watch this pushed on Adam Wingard's face, then the point of view perspective really doesn't look that bad. But we're supposedly set within his eye socket in place of his actual eye. You know, the globular photosensor that moves across a 900-degree field of view and shifts focus every 13 milliseconds?
I mean, you can't expect the KPG Corporation to just give you...
and people whine about shaky cam. Satisfied the procedure worked, Herman leaves the doctor's office. No one gives notice to his peculiar appearance, politely looking past it or otherwise engaged, which makes the one woman he finds staring at him all the more rude. Not to mind. Home from the hospital, he spends his night quietly in the cluttered comfort of his hillside villa. What he does or did to achieve this wealth is not apparent, with the house seeming more like a college dorm than a workaholic's resting place. With all this debris and chaos and just the one man inhabiting it, it seems downright lonely. Spooky, even. He put the kettle too close to the edge of the stove! Too tired to think straight, and with the controller suddenly missing, he opts to sleep in his bed, but what he finds is truly disturbing. His covers form the clear likeness of a person, small, childlike, and tucked tight as a shroud in his bed cover. Not a passing glance, not an apophenic fluke, but a definite physical shape he can't deny is real. And when he investigates... If Wingard didn't make the camera move the way an eye would because it would be too awkward to sit there and watch, how did he look at that sequence and give it a green light? A glitch. It has to be a glitch. The doctor warned him. It's the only explanation that it's a glitch. The doctor fucked up and needs to fix it ASAP. But when he hangs up the phone, his situation has in no way changed. He's all the same seeing things. His only blessing, the convenient shelter offered to him by the bathroom door.
Shit, okay. good. Thank you. You can go away.
What do you think that is? A solicitor? Actually, yeah, that makes more sense than a ghost that can't walk through walls. The feed cuts out, and when it returns, we find Herman broken and bent from the audiovisual nightmare the eye has caught him in. Did he sleep? If so, it was poorly. He barely holds it together to stand up and stumble into the soft morning light. No morbid visions greet him. No psychokinetic manifestations. His house is calm, inviting him to relax, safely cradled in his soft couch. When he wakes again, it's 7 p.m. and... Dude, if you don't want ghosts, don't invite them in with the creepiest doorbell on the market. At the front door. Seriously? Have you ever looked through a peephole without your eye flicking around the dark tunnel? At the front door, he's met by the woman from the clinic, Clarissa, played by Hannah Hughes. Handling a stalking streetwalker is not what he needs right now, but he changes his mind when she stops demanding he opens the door and starts asking him questions. Does he have any beer? Painkillers? Has he been seeing people that look dead? Doesn't actually go in that order. I'm just trying to quickly convey she's a somber, ticked-off, cynical hard-ass. For dramatic reasons, it takes Herman till dark to get Cassandra her beer, and then she starts telling her story. She was born deaf, but given a cochlear implant when she was 16. For years she's been living with it, which is how she knows. The things that he's seeing are the things she's hearing.
Some people never hear them or see them. Maybe once in their entire lives, if they're open to it.
Right, the ghost box thing. I'm willing to accept she can hear the ghosts, because that plays along with the rules of EVP and spirits supposedly messing with electronics. Not to mention, the idea of being able to hear ghosts without seeing them sounds a hell of a lot scarier than being able to see them. Although it does make me realize we're supposed to be inside his eye, so why are we hearing things at all? Why is there a microphone in his eye? Point is, I would love for you to explain to me how a camera that registers the same visual spectrum as a normal human eye would in any way improve one's ability to see ghosts. Nah, never mind that. We need to establish the touchy-feely uncle Cassandra here is constantly talking to her, and her preferred way of drowning him out.
Shit. Alright, you scientist assholes. I want a copy of that footage. Like, I want you to put it on a disc or something, but don't watch it.
Dude, ain't no one gonna watch a sex tape with a guy named Herman. Casting the supernatural to the back of their mind did little to keep the spirits at bay. Again, the shape manifests from the bedsheets. Only this time it's far more material. The girl meets Herman with a shattering scream, just barely hiding Cassandra's panicked begging. An invisible force drags her out into Herman's empty pool to hold her down until the last bubble breaks the surface. Confused? Me too! I mean, Cassandra did say something about perception being a two-way street, and the more Herman sees the dead, the more they can see him and interact with him, so he best not have pissed any dead people off. But how, why, and wherefore remains a mystery. I mean, they're dressed like they're going to a father-daughter sock hop, so let's just assume Daddy didn't like them fucking in front of his 70-year-old baby. Or maybe Brad from tape 56 survived, changed his name to Herman, and retired with the money he made from the tape. Horrified at the example made of Cassandra, when Herman yet again sees the pale figures approach him, he acts without thinking. Seeing them made them real, so the solution is obvious. Cassandra warned him, but now she's dead and he's next. If thy eyes offend thee, pluck them out. With the determination of a jigsaw survivor, he plunges the razor into his socket and rips the device from his body. No more visions, no more ghosts. He's safe. unconcerned about Cassandra's warning. Turning away makes the ghost no less real, so he can take this closed eye and choke on it. Yay! It's over! To be honest, just writing this review was boring. I will say it held my attention to the end, with its clever editing, pretty colors, pace, and a clear understanding of what would make a good point-of-view movie interesting. Not so much sitting around doing nothing, but ghosts, boobs, and personal intrigue. The short runtime did let my attention waver, and it checked every box, but it never felt daring or creative. It felt very by the numbers. Herman made some tea, and the kettle fell to the floor for no reason. Balanced between unsettling and easily explained away as a warm-up for the coming horror. Seeing a shape beneath his bed covers, he removes them to find nothing there, followed by a jump scare from another direction. Who saw that not coming? Attractive woman appears, sex happens, and then he dies. Because horror movies are written by prudes. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's boring, at least not by itself. Had I come across it on YouTube or in some other way set apart from the other shorts, I would have found it totally acceptable, even impressive despite its unremarkable story. It's a case of having seen too much and gone jaded, I think, but there is an awkwardness about it that won't go away. It doesn't dare to be fast and shaky, and more than seeing things from his point of view, it feels like we're chewing the scenery with Herman. And that, coupled with it being a 15-minute part of an hour-and-a-half anthology, leaves a great taste of macaroni in my mouth. Not good, not bad, just a bare essential of a meal. Especially when you remember this is from the same franchise that gave us. Is it bad? No, it wasn't unpleasant. But in the company it keeps, Phase 1 clinical trials only makes its betters shine brighter.